Welcome to the Regular Joe's podcast. I'm Dave Pisani.
I'm Barry Kay.
I'm Todd Pleasant.
And I'm Brian Mix.
Brian's here with us, and you can see him on video because we're now on video mostly.
And it's very cool seeing Brian in video because he's got some really cool shit behind him.
He does. He does have
Much
cool
better
shit
background
behind him.
than my mother's
I would like,
guest room.
in fact, Brian, I would like a picture of your room that I can use as a virtual backdrop. And
we can all be in Brian's house.
That's it.
Yeah,
That's it.
yeah.
But Brian's here to talk about some good stuff with the original series Star Trek set tour that he frequents. So we'll talk about that and some other stuff later.
Is it so much frequent or the second home? I mean,
Getting there. It's starting to balance between hotel fee, just buy a house. Hotel fees, just buy a house. Yeah.
Just buy a house. That house we stayed in was good. We could all chip in.
Okay.
Yeah.
There are really inexpensive houses in Ticonderoga.
I can imagine.
I mean, like used car priced houses in Ticonderoga.
Really? You should buy one.
Well,
Don't
you
know
know,
if
if you
I'm gonna
buy
live in one,
one,
but
then
they're there.
we would have a place to crash next time we go up there.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So we're on video, so check us out on YouTube. Please like and subscribe. The Regular Joe's podcast on YouTube. You can see the past maybe 4, 5, 6 episodes are all up there, but you get to see all this cool stuff. And with that comes a new segment. Brian, pick out one of the things behind you and tell us about it.
Oh, gosh, where to start? I just
Why don't
talked
you
about
start
that before,
from-
so I'll start on this side. So that's my Robbie the robot, which I built. He took me 5 years to build him. I finished him about 7 years ago. He's off right now, but he's totally animatronic and talks.
He just
and he's
sort of
full-size.
says that, but he built a freaking Robbie the robot.
He's not
From
one
full
full scale.
size.
He's just
Not a
way
kid.
back there. He's full size. Yeah.
It's not a kid. Let's just stress that.
No, and not 3D printed either. It's all fiberglass.
It's all fiber. He laid that fiberglass down.
Yeah. Yeah.
I've seen it in person, and it's real and it's spectacular.
And next to him is my Greg Jean Forbidden Planet costume that I won at that auction.
Full Forbidden Planet. There is a full one in one of these auctions too. Curious to see, but
yeah,
that's
coming up. Yeah.
Hat, belt, right? Everything.
The belt I made, but everything else, the hat, the pants,
everything.
the jacket.
Yeah, it looks good on that mannequin.
Yeah, it
too.
looks great on that mannequin.
Yeah, not to mention an original Forbidden Planet poster.
Oh, that's true too. Yeah, that's on.
Google that, people. That's not just like some. Oh, it's a poster. No, that's a big deal. That's cool. All right, Barry, you're next.
Okay.
Pick something behind you.
I'm going to go there, which is my 2008 Les Paul Standard in Cherry Sunburst, which is my all-time favorite guitar that I own. But what I like is that the headstock and neck are pointing up to my original piece from the Death Star from the first Star Wars movie.
Yep.
You'll notice Barry has rotating guitars, so we'll if we see something different.
ES335 over there last episode now,
Yeah.
which is also a beautiful guitar. But yeah, and while we're talking about guitars, I have been to 2 guitar centers over the last 5 days, and I resisted. I found it. I saw a guitar I really wanted, and I went and checked it out, and I didn't love the one they had. So yesterday, my wife and I went down to the other guitar center, and I kind of decided I didn't want it. So I showed. I think we should celebrate this. I showed restraint.
That's a
rare
flaw.
thing.
Well, tell us about it. What it was later.
Yeah.
Todd, what about you?
I'm going to move slightly. So by the door is a hat rack, and it's got a whole bunch of different hats on it. It's got my indie jacket. There's a Batman utility belt hanging on it. It's just basically everything I might just wear someday, but never do. But you can see a Doctor Who scarf on there, and that is, I mentioned this in the show years and years and years ago.
And there's a dog that just walked in.
There's a dog, yes.
Darwin.
My former boss, my favorite boss of all time, who will never be beat in that regard, made that for me for my 50th birthday.
Wow.
And she knitted that. And Sally Mikesell was head of school at my previous school, and it was a surprise. So she looked up, knew nothing about Doctor Who, but knew it was something we.
Oh,
had a
wow, that's
conversation
even
one
better.
time while she was knitting, and I said, "Yeah, I've always wanted to one of these." And there's a bunch of people in the UK that make them and stuff like this. She went off, did a bunch of research, found the correct pattern, found the right all the right colors, and it's perfect and awesome. And by the door, because if the house is on fire, it's one of those things I will grab as I run out. So
Nice.
anyways,
That's cool.
how about you, Dave?
All right, Dave, pick something out.
I mean, we've done everything on the show, but the show's been going on for 599 episodes. More on that later. Right there is my bat shield that I made. This bat shield, it's fully functional and folds up and
Stops bullets. Yeah.
well, it stops small bullets probably. It's like
Yeah.
3/16 acrylic. But it is signed by Adam West and Burt Ward.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, and
How'd I miss that?
I got it signed by Adam West. I'm trying to think. I think it was Rhode Island one year.
I think it was New York Comic Con because that's when I got him
Was
to
it New
sign
York
my
Comic-Con?
Batmobile. Yeah.
I'm not sure. Anyway, he said this is my favorite prop from the show, and he was happy to sign it. So yeah, and I have posed with my bat shield on many a photo in my bat costume, Batman costume. So yeah, that's special because he's no longer with us. So
I do like that Adam West recognized what it was. It's like, unlike when you had Shatner sign the pad, and he was like, "Oh, what's
what
this
is
thing?
this? I don't know why is this for me?
Why am I signing this?" It's like, okay.
Anyway, so that's what's behind us. There you go, impromptu new segment.
Yeah.
But let's go some random. Todd, what do you got?
Okay, so Noah Hawley was on the Smartless podcast, which you guys listen to, I guess. And Dave,
I
you
do. I
referenced.
don't think I heard that one yet.
I'm a bit behind,
Anyway.
so I haven't heard that one yet.
He shared details on the scrapped Star Trek movie that he was doing.
Oh, really?
Which apparently was like ready for pre-production. They had leased space, everything like that. He was moving to Australia where they were going to film it, and it's just one more example of why they don't know what to do with Star Trek. I mean, the reason that they gave for shelving it was they wanted a safer bet, and so they went back to the idea of reuniting the crew from the Kelvin universe, and then that fell through. But this was going to be all new crew, all new ship on a mission of exploration, and he said that the scene in Star Trek II where Kirk like flips his reading glasses down and it basically is just chewing up time until they can get the shields to drop on the other ship. He said, I want a movie where people have to think through things. I want to have those kind of, the smartest people, a room full of the smartest people in the room, going through. And he said it was an original idea, an original script, and it wasn't a concept. He brought them a completely finished script, and they greenlit it. They were going ahead, and then they changed management and backed off on it, and which is just really, really a tremendous loss. I will say, there are very few people who I have liked everything I've seen that they've done, and this guy to me is he's like JJ without the Rise of Skywalker. What he would have done with this would have been amazing. It would have been like what he did with Alien Earth. It would have been amazing.
Had we not seen Alien Earth, I might have said I'm not sure. And I like a lot of his stuff too, don't get me wrong. But I'm not sure I would have said I think he can go mainstream enough. But then I saw Alien Earth, and now I would disagree.
And his thing, Barry, and I said this when we talked about Alien Earth, is he is superb at taking an existing thing and spinning it another. You do with Legion. Okay, he's done with Fargo and like
Legion was out there and not accessible to the masses.
Oh no,
Alien Earth, I
but
think
he still took the weirdest character in the X-Men universe, couldn't reference the X-Men universe, and still made something really, really cool out of it. Fargo has been amazing, and each time at bat they come up with a completely different premise, and everyone is awesome in its own right. Like I said, at some point, I hope, because he says he's leaving the door open. He would still love to do this if it came up. I would love to see this, and so.
Those knuckleheads don't know what they're doing with Star Trek.
No, and it's like they want to go with a safe bet, and I think this franchise is being killed by safe bets. I think it's being killed by committee decisions, and where it's like, yeah, let's, this worked, so let's do the same thing over.
There was a story last week or the week before that I was going to do in random, and then I pulled it out of my list because I could not find enough legitimate reporting on it. But there are people saying with the new ownership that they're going to write out the things that have already been produced, and then they're just scrapping the whole thing.
Yep.
They're getting rid of Alex Kurtzman,
Yep.
and they're going to start over.
Yep.
But nobody's on record as having said that.
No.
So
I've got second and third hand information direct from the source. That's what's going on.
yeah.
That's what.
I mean, no offense to those guys, but they've been doing it for a long time. How many, why not?
Well,
But I just don't trust those guys running Paramount.
If we're being objective, they've been doing it for a long time, and most of it's been mediocre.
Yeah, I agree
There's
with
been
that.
some good stuff, but
There's been some glimmer
it
of a
hasn't.
couple of good seasons of Strange New Worlds, and that's about it.
And just like Todd said, when there's a management change, they wipe the decks clean,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and that's what's happened.
Well, I mean, Jonathan Frakes has an episode of the Star Trek of the
Academy.
Academy series coming up that he has referred to as his last episode of Star Trek. So that's interesting. So, yeah. And
wonder if that's
first
gonna
time I
be
read it,
one
I said
season.
latest. It says last. So we'll see.
Who knows what that thing is going to be? That comes out soon too, doesn't it?
Yeah.
January.
It fairly soon,
Yeah.
and he also told when we talked to him, he said that it's some of the best scripts he's ever seen. Doesn't mean the finished product is that way, but
Yeah.
yeah.
Until they wrote Tilly into every scene. After the rewrite was Tilly.
No, it's transporter accident first scene, and then they got cut to the memorial service, and then
I want to see her like that blob that
Yeah.
what's his face in the motion picture.
Yep.
What was that guy's
could be,
name?
it could be the Maltese Falcon, which is the greatest script he ever read, but it's still not Star Trek.
Yeah. True. Yep.
Anyway, Brian, what do you got?
I got a kind of a big announcement. We talked about it a little bit at the event in Ticonderoga, but we are landing the shuttle in Ticonderoga. The original shuttlecraft, the full-size original shuttlecraft, is in Ticonderoga now, and we're going to build a building for it to go in. We're calling it the hangar or the pre-flight deck, where shuttlecrafts are stored before they go up to the main hangar deck. And we're building a building. And
This is
two of
huge.
these guys-
This is like confirmation.
Big
There
news.
were some photos like that hinted at it, but
Well,
is this an exclusive?
I've got this right here that two of the guys here
my.
helped with.
Oh
Wow.
So that's the little study model I built. This is to scale.
yeah. Whoa, wait. Let's clarify that.
The building I built,
Okay. Yes.
the model
yes.
is built by Barry
Yes,
and owned by Todd.
And it's
That's
from
a
the and it's from
well-traveled model kit.
That is from the Todd Pleasant collection,
The Todd Pleasant
Is-
collection.
built by Barry Kay.
built by
The-
Barry
Is
Kay.
Forbidden Planet playing in the background?
And one of the shots, yeah, because I wanted some
That's
motion on the
awesome.
planet,
What's
so-
that? What I know we're focusing on. What is that playing on?
Oh, I have a video screen in the back of the building.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because we're going to
Anyway,
build a...
keep going. This is big. This is a big deal. Keep going.
This is a to-scale shot of how big the room is going to be, and one of the stretch goals of our Kickstarter campaign is going to be for a volume wall in the back wall.
Nice.
And it
So
just
they
got
are doing
bigger.
a Kickstarter to
Yep.
help pay for the building of the building.
Right. The foundation is poured, that you probably saw if you guys see anything on Facebook from James Cawley. The foundation's poured, and we're going to build the building on top of that, but we need some funds to do that. So we're going to do a Kickstarter to build the building, and one of the stretch goals is a volume wall on the back wall, which is what I've simulated here. And I just found out today that the wall got 2 feet taller, so there'll be even more screen to see behind
nice.
the shuttlecraft.
Oh, that's great.
So this is the original shuttlecraft. It's not like a model of it. It's full size, the one from the show. It was restored by a gentleman named Adam a few years ago, and it's much traveled.
Much
like
traveled.
this
We all
model
saw
kit.
Yeah,
it
we saw
in
it
New
when it
York.
was on the USS Intrepid in New York City.
Right,
Yeah.
and then it went to NASA in Houston for a while. They had it on display, and then they decided that they didn't want fictional spaceships anymore.
Yeah.
And so Adam has put it on permanent loan in Ticonderoga with James and the Star Trek set tour. And So there'll be a big Ticonderoga shuttlecraft weekend right around September 8th, the 60th anniversary, when we will rechristen the Galileo in its new space, and hopefully with Chekhov and Sulu. They've both been signed to be there. If they can make it, they'll both
We're going to be
to
there
christen the ship.
for sure, right?
That would be
Brian,
the goal, yes.
this space that it's in, can you walk around it in the space, or you're looking at that one side of it?
You are going to look at one side of it. There's going to be about 2 or 3 feet on either side. There's some really cool details on the back of it, so we may put a mirror in so you can see them and take a picture of them.
Yeah.
But yeah, there'll be one really good spot you can stand at and get a picture of yourself in the front, and the doors will most likely be open. And we're going to build an interior that looks like an interior, because you can't, of course, fit the interior from the ship inside that shuttle. But James has the only remaining original chair from the shuttlecraft. So the chair will be in there, and we'll do a couple control panel pieces, so you'll be able to take a picture of what the interior should look like.
Awesome. When we saw it, it was in a metal cage that, it was like a two pipes, it's surrounded by a cage of pipes, and so you couldn't really, it was really hard to get a good shot from any angle.
Oh yeah, this will be
Yeah, when they had it on the Intrepid, there was a whole.
And we saw the same
framework
side.
around it.
Yeah, they kind of showed.
Well, there's
it from
only
this
one side. The
Yeah, it's
shuttlecraft.
unfinished on the other side, right?
Yeah. Even on the model kit, the original model, it was only on one side. The other side was not painted.
But that's awesome.
Well,
so
For what it's worth, I have to say my model kit, Todd's model kit, looks great in that display. So I can't even imagine how awesome the real shuttle is going to look in that.
And you had that display. You want to tell us a little bit about that?
I had the display at the Shatner event this last 2 weeks ago.
Well, we're gonna dig into that later in the show.
Yeah,
or
we'll finish up there. Yeah, this is a long random. So
this is the announcement of there's going to be a Kickstarter. They're going to have the shuttle at the Star Trek set tour in Ticonderoga, and
Kickstarter will start the end of January and run through to March.
And when it kicks off, Brian will come
once
back.
Once all the
on
details are available, Brian will have you on, and you can give all
but there's
the details.
all kinds of
Levels
like incentives and
perks.
All
things.
kinds of incentives, and including a dinner with William Shatner, and other things that we'll talk about a little later in the show.
Cool, awesome. That's all. I don't know how you follow that up, Barry. What do you got?
Yeah, there's nothing that's gonna follow that up, but actress Claudia Black, you guys know her, right? She's been in a bunch of things.
Yeah.
So she was in Ahsoka season 1. She played one of the Night Sisters. And I thought it was interesting. She was interviewed this week, and she said she is not coming back for season 2 because they were not able to offer her enough money to be able to be away from home for the filming. Because apparently, working actress, they're filming it in London, and she said that they just weren't offering enough money for her to be away. She's a single mother.
Is it New Zealand? Something like that. It's.
No, they're filming in London.
No, I'm saying she lives
like Pinewood or something.
No, she lives in L.A.
Does she live in L.A.?
Yeah,
Okay.
she said that in the article. She said, she's got responsibilities with her home in L.A. She's a single mother, and they just, she wasn't being nasty about it, but she was just saying and we've heard that Eisner is trying to right size the production budgets for some of the stuff that they're doing over at Disney Plus, and I mean, she's not a major character. She's one of the Night Sisters, and I guess they just said this is what this job. They picked up the character, and they didn't even ask her if she wanted to do it. They were like, "Well, you're coming back, right?" And she said that she just had to bow out because they weren't offering her enough money to make it work with all of her expenses. So I just thought that was interesting. We've heard a lot about how they've overspent on some of this stuff, especially The Acolyte. But I think they are trying to cut back on how much these shows are costing them. So
I will say I don't think I recognized her in that.
She's in so much makeup that
she's a lot of
honestly,
makeup,
it could
No,
probably
she's-
be anybody.
She was in
not a pivotal
Farscape.
role.
She was in Farscape, Stargate, The Nevers. She's a really interesting role in The Nevers.
I remember that never came back. They really were looking for
There's this the second batch of 6 episodes is out there, and it's definitely worth tracking down and finding.
How is it out there? I mean,
I'm saying it's been broadcast on TV, and so it's
I did not know that.
and it's a very interesting arc, but it was one of these things where it was just weird. They aired 6 episodes on HBO, and then I think they ended up not airing the second 6 episodes in the U.S. They aired in Canadian TV and British TV and a couple other places.
Oh.
But it's good throughout, and boy, there was a lot you don't get from in the first 6 episodes that you get in the second, and she's very she is one of the main characters in the second half in a way that you got to see to understand, and it's really good. So yeah, I definitely, if you go online, look around, you definitely want to track that down if you like the first half of that show.
Yeah,
and
I totally.
I've often wondered whether it was just they either didn't get enough response with the first 6 episodes, but it's just weird to have something produced and in the can that you don't bother dropping those other 6 episodes, or whether it was just the Josh Whedon stink that they really just wanted to run in the opposite direction as much as possible.
It could have got mixed up in the whole takeover, Disney Discovery, and all that bullshit. And they're looking to save $3 billion since they had the takeover, like all these other scumbags. So now that I don't work in that business, I can call them all scumbags, which they are. So maybe that's it. Like, what are you paying an episode for some Canadian produced thing? Like $20,000? I mean, come on.
It's, well, again, like I said, but it's if you've only seen the first 6 episodes, track down the second half of it.
Yeah,
because
I will.
It is a very, put it this way, there's an explanation for everything that was unexplained in the beginning, and it's not what you think. It's very good. It's very good. I analyze everything. I take everything apart. I second guess everything as I'm watching it. I routinely ruin things for myself by predicting what's going to happen. I had no clue right through the end, and it was good.
Interesting. I'll check that out. Our pal Jim Cameron, it's not our pal, but he says if the next Avatar doesn't do the right box office, he's going to end it with that. Like, do us all a favor, buddy. And the scary thing, what if it does $1 billion? Like, he's ready to. He says he could be ready to move on if it does good box office, he'll do the next ones. But like, he keeps on talking about doing another Terminator.
Because
who's he threatening with that?
That may work against him. He may just be. People may stay home to just shut this down.
I mean, I hope there's some kind of plausible ending at the end of this movie, because I don't think he's ever going to get to make another one.
I don't remember a second of any of these movies. They're in the water. They're in the sky. Do you even remember like broad concepts?
I've seen the first one twice and the second one once, and I basically remember what happened, but
and
I'm
he's
not rushing out to the theater to see this. I can tell you that.
They said, there's a big time jump in between the second one. Like, they're all blue people on some weird planet. How do I know what's a time jump? Like,
we just said this before, but the first one, the reason for being of the first one, it is the best modern use of 3D.
Absolutely.
Anyone has accomplished because of this, the setting, the alien world. It was totally immersive. It is fantastic in that regard. But sometimes lightning can't go back in the bottle. It just can't be done. And everything else is going to. This is not like a Planet of the Apes thing where they're trying to milk every dime they can out of something that was successful the first time around. This is he thinks. I think he really believes the movie was successful for reasons other than why it was successful, and he's just going to beat this story into the ground.
Well, he believes it's a great story that needs to be told.
Saying. No,
it's not.
It's Dances with Wolves with blue people. Okay, it's the same story we've seen a dozen times, but with blue aliens.
Which is really surprising. I mean, is he lost in the 3D-ness of it? Because this guy wrote Terminator. Terminator 2,
this guy's lost.
Aliens. Come on.
He keeps on talking about doing another Terminator, like a full reboot. Okay, I'd rather see you spend time doing that.
Filmography up to the first Avatar, it's unbelievable the movies that this guy made and how much money they've made. And I
and
was
how
shocked.
good the writing was.
Yeah, and I was shocked the second Avatar did as well as it did. I thought that was, like you said, Todd, lightning doesn't go back in that bottle, but it did really well. I don't know how this one's going to do. I can't imagine.
It did well, I think, Barry, because it was long enough between the two films that there was like a anticipation of what's going to happen next and whatever. But it's hard to sustain that, it's particularly when we saw it, and it's a totally memorable film.
The one thing it has going for it is the 3D experience. People think is a really big deal, and you can only get that in the theater.
But
And
do
that's gonna
people
drive
even
people
go to
the
3D
theater.
movies anymore? I mean, I don't know.
This one they will.
One of the things that I use as a barometer for these things, though, is like when we go to conventions every year, I don't think I've ever seen a single person cosplay out of this movie. And you see all the big properties, there's people dressed up. Nobody's.
I have, Barry. I haven't
Good point.
I haven't in 7 or 8 years. So I definitely didn't for the. I remember when we went early, there were a few, people. I stepped on a few tails, but we have not seen that in 7 or 8 years. So it definitely didn't happen with the follow-up movie.
I mean, Disney's got a ton of money, and I got the one ride at Disney is, to me, could be top 5. That whole flying thing is super impressive. So they have a whole world. I just still don't get. I don't get the movies. I just don't get it.
Or maybe it's just not for us, and we'll be shocked
Yeah.
that this one does really well too. I don't know.
I don't know. Hey, in this day and age when movies are not doing well, I mean, every studio is got to be revamping what they're doing, because the Zootopia does Zootopia 2 does $150 million. That's just ridiculous.
There was a meme going of people sending pictures of marquees where Zootopia was above Nuremberg, so it looked like one title. Zootopia Nuremberg. There's like dozens of them now out there. It's like wow, this went dark really soon. It was like Zootopia 2 Nuremberg, and just a really unfortunate
I think,
pairing.
like, 8-year-olds are the only ones going to the movies these days. I don't know.
Well, but when kids are on break, parents have to have something to do. They take them to movies. That's been that way for 100 years.
But it's crazy. Why? Did I say? I know I said it on the show. When I went to, maybe I didn't. When I went to see Predator, I went to my local movie theater instead of the Alamo just because it was easy. A popcorn was like $14.
Yeah,
a small popcorn, and a small soda was like $9.
You need a second mortgage to get the big soda.
So you go to a movie that's not even if it is a matinee, you're talking $40 a person to have popcorn and soda and see a movie.
Even at a
Dave,
budget theater, by the time you buy drinks and stuff, it's expensive, and it's
but you were a family of 3. I mean, when we used to go to the movies when my kids were younger, a family of 5, even if we brought drinks and snacks from home, it was $100.
Well, now that's $300.
Yeah.
It's freaking ridiculous.
You go out in zip cuffs if you did that in our theaters. But
Anyway, anyone have any other random?
I wanted to quickly just do a very quick recap from last week. We talked about the Henson auction, and I did look at a few items just to see what they sold for,
Yeah.
and I thought we would just go through them real quick.
I feel like I looked at it while the auction was going on, and I don't know if I was in the middle. There was no unsold items at all.
And there were no deals to be had, which is good. Good for them. These
Look,
I didn't
prices
get
are
my
reasonable-
tiki.
really
I didn't get my
reasonable
tiki
reserves.
spears. They went to over $3,000.
Yeah. And the prices I'm going to read, I believe, are without the buyer's premium. So add another 28% onto all these numbers.
28%, no less.
Yes.
Everyone else is now at 26. Julian's was at 28. That's ridiculous.
It's a lot. And that's not counting taxes and shipping fees and all that other stuff. All right. The traveling mat Fraggle went for $64,000. The Doozer we talked about went for $57,600. The Muppet movie film cans we talked about, $12,800.
Yeah.
Wasn't the estimate on those like $300?
Yeah. But a lot of people were talking about those.
the big item the thing I think went for the most money, at least from what I saw, from Dark Crystal Age of Resistance, they had a full size Dark Crystal that they used in the series, went for $89,600. I mentioned this to you guys in the pre-show. Just a regular Labyrinth movie poster, just a one sheet movie poster, $4,480. That's probably $100 poster in a regular poster auction. And then the Muppet Treasure Island map that we talked about, $38,400.
$38,000. That's impressive. I looked at a lot of Treasure Island stuff and some Christmas Carol. Nothing was. There were no bargains to be
Those
had.
busts from the Muppet Christmas Carol that were
$8,000,
like the
$10,000.
they all went for like $12,000.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wow. So good. I mean, good for them. I'm glad
They're
that
very recognizable. I get it. I mean, you often don't get stuff from,
and we
the
like
actual
Muppets.
place.
There are people who that's the way we are with Star Trek and Star Wars. That's the way they are with Muppets, and
There
nothing
are people
ever
like
comes
that, but
for
also
sale.
there's provenance coming from
the
Henson Collection.
right from the
Also,
studio.
This has been. I mean, that poster shared oxygen with those creative people.
What about Jim Henson's shirts?
They went for like thousands of dollars.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
Thousands
kinda
and
cool, too.
thousands.
I was going to say that would be a neat thing to have in a frame. One of those really funky shirts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
It's funny
the
as
fact
you
that
look into
nothing is ever
older.
available from Henson
Yeah, that's what I'm saying,
Studios.
Barry.
Yeah.
I just don't think this is a window that people thought was going to open again. And
Well, they closed that studio. It's a shame.
that's what I'm
They
saying.
took
This was the opportunity, unless this stuff comes up in a secondary market.
Brian. Where is it? I've passed that studio a couple of times when I was in L.A. It's on. I feel like it's near Pink's Hot Dogs or one of the Pink's.
It's right off Hollywood Boulevard. I think it's between Hollywood and Sunset on one of the cross streets. Yeah, it's right there.
I drove past it a couple times. So on top of it, there was a 12-foot statue of Kermit dressed as Charlie Chaplin because Henson took over the studio that used to be Charlie Chaplin Studios.
Right.
So that big Muppet went down to Atlanta to the Museum of Puppetry or something like that. But that's a shame. They were there for a very long time.
They did a what they call it, Muppet Off or Puppet Off. They did a live stage show on the studio. So when you went to the stage show, you got to walk through the studio and see all the departments and the little buildings. It is like a little tiny. You could really see that it was a silent film studio.
Yeah,
they had one big stage where they do the live show, and Brian Henson was walking
cool
around,
little
shaking
place,
hands and talking to people. It was really cool. Yeah.
Anyway, the auctions and now more coming. We'll sort of recap some of them.
You guys saw the text I sent you the other day, right? There's apparently another prop store auction.
Yeah, that runs for like a month.
It's not a live auction; it's online only, and it's in late December into early January.
Why not hold that till March?
I know.
You're starting it after Christmas, really.
But they're having their London auction.
They're having
December.
a giant auction.
This is like 2 weeks
and then
after
we have
their
another auction.
This stuff that they didn't think was worthy of going into the other.
These
auction.
prices are bringing out everything anybody has. They're throwing at these guys, going, "Get me the money," and they have too much stuff to put on an auction now.
That's what I was saying.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
Well, I heard on the last Stuff Dreams Are Made Of, they were talking about the witch's hat, and apparently they got both of those hats at the same time.
Yeah.
And they ended up having to hold one because they couldn't put both of them in the same auction.
Is that a little messed up that you're like, here's the $3 million hat. Oh my God, here. And oh, by the way, there's another one.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
who knows? I don't know.
Well,
you know who does know? Fanboy Collectibles. It's still the holiday season. It's early. It's Christmas to me. Not me personally, but I feel like Christmas started right after Halloween this year. It's like everyone had Christmas stuff up. That's why I think we decorated our house in November 30th, which is we've never done that. But
I
it's
had a
just seems very
doctor's appointment on November 19th, and in the office they were playing Christmas music, and I made a comment to the doctor. I'm like, a little early, isn't it? And she's like, yeah, this is earlier than I ever remember them.
Everyone's doing it early, and everyone's saying, yeah, it's early, but I don't know. Anyway, but there is still, as we record this, there's still 3+ weeks, before, at least Christmas. There's only 2+ weeks for.
You've still got
before
time to get your
Hanukkah.
order in to get it in time for Christmas.
Yes,
but
that's the
don't
point.
wait.
They got everything you need for yourself first, you need for your loved ones second, and just whoever, your favorite podcast hosts. Check those guys out. They got everything. What's new? Hot Toys Leia Bausch figure, which looks awesome.
Oh my God, the head sculpt on that is insane.
Really nice head sculpt.
Such a good job.
That is awesome. But they got Pops and Sideshow and Kotobuki's and Hasbro and statues from all kind Iron Studios and all kinds of different places. But they got everything you need. Call those guys up and be like, I have a friend who's really into Avatar. Do you have something? I bet they have something. Troy will hook you up. He'll be like, yeah, what do you need? You don't even have to know what you want to go call them up and say, I want something nerdy for my friend who's into Star Trek. Easy.
Just go to their website and scroll. There's so much good
Scroll.
stuff.
I'm not saying everyone flood Troy with calls, but that's an option. But check out their website, fanboycollectibles.com. They got everything you need. You can go to the store in Newtown, Connecticut, and of course tell them the Regular Joe sent you. So, okay, so Brian is just scratched the surface of the original series Star Trek set tour.
He's freshly back from another William Shatner weekend.
William Shatner weekend. Now, Shatner does what? Shatner, who's 94,
does shows a year.
2 shows. He lives in L.A. He comes to Ticonderoga. Now, Brian, did you ever go from L.A. to Ticonderoga? Or were you here?
That time I flew with him. Oh, no, that was to Boston.
You got to fly into Boston, right?
It ain't easy to get there, especially if you're 94.
I went from California to Ticonderoga 3 times. Yes.
Yeah, it's no bargain.
No,
but it's worth it.
It's and you've got to fly into an airport like Burlington or
Albany or
what's the capital of New York? I always forget the name
Albany.
of the city. Albany.
That's
and then it's an hour, and you have to rent a car because it's still an hour drive.
But it's worth the trip.
It's worth
the trip. It's absolutely worth the trip. I drive 8 hours to get there, pretty much every month. It's definitely worth it.
I won't give his address, but Brian lives in Maryland.
Yeah.
It's 8 hours to Ticonderoga, and he goes once a month.
Yeah. And
but
he's
working on it up there.
Yeah. And this like I said, we're working on the shuttlecraft, so maybe even more trips. I think I'm going up in the next week or two because we're moving it to a new storage area to workshop it and make sure it's in perfect condition. So that's more trips to Ticonderoga for me. The Shatner weekend was a great Shatner weekend. The man is a machine. He did 3 tours, and he did 3 bridge chats, and he did a dinner with 150 people.
Wow.
Thanksgiving dinner. He still does the fight scene in engineering. If you've ever been with Shatner, he does we have the fight scene, all the fight scenes that were in engineering playing on the monitor, and he does the first few times he did it as a surprise, like he was like someone was talking back, and he did a fight scene with him, and now he talks about how to stage a fight scene, how they did it on camera so it looks like you're hitting somebody, but you're really not hitting somebody, and he explains that. So that's always fun to watch him, and so he's very spry for 94. And he was sitting in the bridge chair doing one of the bridge chats, and it occurred to me, he has sat in the chair in Ticonderoga for way more time than he ever sat in the chair on the set.
Probably right.
Way more time. Right. And he was in that chair for 3.5, 4 hours just this weekend.
Wow.
Just last weekend. The autograph line was insane. There must have been easily 200 people in line for his autograph.
And did they do it all in one shot, or are there multiple sessions?
Shot.
Or okay,
because he does the bridge tour, the bridge chat, and then he sits in the chair and does photos. So people who have signed up for the photos get their picture taken with him, and then they print all the pictures that same day, so you can go back and get your picture autographed by Shatner that you just took on the bridge, same day.
Nice.
Amazing setup.
And he does that multiple days, the same setup, or?
He does bridge tours and bridge chats. And a bridge chat is where he spends an hour in the chair and people sit around him on the bridge and just talk to him.
Yeah.
And it's very interactive. He wants to know more about you than you're ever going to know from him.
So is it like when we go see him at a convention and he just starts telling stories, or is it more interactive than that?
Way more interactive than that. Yeah, he'll ask someone. He really, if there's a scientist or someone from NASA in that group, he is just going to pepper them with questions and talk about his experiences and what their experiences are like. And I spent a few minutes talking about how LEDs work, because he didn't understand what an LED was, and we're talking about video walls. So that's the kind of things. What's an LED? How does that work? How small are they? That's the kind of stuff you go into. It's
Great
quite
that
an
he's still
experience.
that sharp. I mean, at 94.
He is, yeah. That sharp and that curious. And the autograph line, so there's, what's his name? Billy? Billy. So Billy is an interesting gentleman. He's come a number of times, and he is what did you call him? An artificial ventriloquist? Is that what you call him?
No,
Todd?
I was a ventriloquist.
He's not a ventriloquist, though, but he is a ventriloquist dummy enthusiast.
Okay, so he likes to collect
And
the
I
dummies, but he
I
doesn't
texted
do-
back that they like to be called artificial ventriloquist per people or something.
Artificial ventriloquist people.
I think
so
dummies is fine. So he doesn't do ventriloquism, but he collects the dummies.
Yes, and specifically at this trip, a William Shatner ventriloquist dummy. Now he brought one. He brought one with Robin Curtis about a year ago. A Savick, Robin Curtis Savick ventriloquist
Yeah.
So
dummy.
does he make them, or does he have somebody
He
else?
has
make
them
them?
made. He has them made, and he told me where, and I forgot. And I should have written it down. Although I don't know if I would want one made. Actually, yeah, no.
I hope not.
The
Now
Robin Curtis
that we're on
one.
video, I mean, we could have a puppet co-host. I mean, that
Have
could
a
be
ventriloquist puppet co-host.
We should all make puppets of ourselves.
I almost hate to. Well, that would be fun.
There is in the lobby of Regal Robot. There's a Tom Spina Muppet now that somebody made for him.
So if I was going to say we should all do ventriloquist dummies of ourselves, but have all the rest of us play the other
That's
person.
right. Yes. Yep.
Of course, that would
That
be
might
the
not end
last.
well.
That would be the last show. Yeah.
That would be like that episode of The Odd Couple where they have to play role reversal.
Oh, yeah.
I want to be the Dave puppet. I'm just calling it
Everyone
right now.
wants to be the Dave puppet. All right.
No, see, you'll be.
Shut up, Dave.
I'll take the brunt of. I'll take the brunt of the abuse if someone else is my puppet, which is fine.
Take that umbrella off the back of your door.
That's right. Your lights are on. Your lights are on. That's not a good color. You're wearing too much black.
we.
This is all for the
All right,
show.
let's
Everything
not
I
end
do
the show
for
at
the, is for the
$5.99.
show,
Okay,
people.
guys, let's make
Anyway,
it to
all right.
$600.
We
Anyway,
are
the
going
Robin
off the
Curtis
rails.
ventriloquist dummy had a little too much makeup, and she's kind of creepy looking. And
Geez,
whoever edits this,
Brian, there's no kinda. There's no kinda. Okay.
It looked like if Savick was working the street
flat
corner.
out,
no,
100% both barrels creepy
the
as hell.
baseline for ventriloquist dummy is creepy. It only goes up from there. Of how
I sent the
Kinda.
guys pictures of these, and hopefully Dave can edit them in so all of you can see if you're watching on YouTube what they look like. But the
And it's
Robin
okay
Curtis
to do
one,
that. Okay.
he gave it to her. Robin, I want you to have this.
Oh, really?
And then
And
she
Robin
left it
was
behind when
like
she left.
not that thrilled to have a ventriloquist
Oh,
dummy
really?
of herself as Savick, so she left it at the set.
Did you really?
course
that's
she
Yes.
did.
So it now wanders the set, scaring the crap out of people.
Have you not
Oh
seen
my
the
God.
Seinfeld episode with Mr. Marbles? You don't
Yeah.
bring one of those things into your house.
Yeah.
Don't do it.
I used to have a Charlie McCarthy. I don't know if any Edgar Bergen, like Candace
I
I had
Bergen's.
that. I had that when
Yeah.
I was a kid.
Candace Bergen's dad was this famous ventriloquist.
I had the
I
Charlie
had that
McCarthy.
when I was a kid.
And it
I
was,
I had a Danny O'Day. Yeah.
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 I never had a ventriloquist dummy. I'm just going on record
No.
to say.
it was,
I
I'll tell you,
remember.
It was a big like Sears catalog thing forever.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it was yours was plastic. Mine was all plastic.
Plastic,
But
yeah.
it had these little hands that were like
Yep.
this. They were plastic. And I remember I went to one of my friends and I karate chopped him with one, and he punched him and knocked his jaw off. And I could
Jaw.
never get the jaw put back in.
Yep.
Yeah, you pull a string and they talk. It was one of my talents at a talent show once was the ventriloquism.
Oy.
Other than a penguin figure, it was the only thing that we had as children with a monocle. Okay,
That's right. Charlie McCarthy had a moment.
It had this. We remember it had this like cutout.
Yep.
It was creepy. They put the monocle
weird
in.
cut because everybody lost the monocle, and they ended
so
up
he's
with
got
like
a
a
slice.
slit under their eye.
Yeah.
All right, let's bring this back to Star Trek.
I'm gonna look on eBay for one of those.
I think I need one of those. And the legs were just fabric. The legs and arms were just.
But he had little shoes
Oh, he did. But I'm saying they were so.
that were like, you know who wore those shoes? Bruce Lee. Those little Bruce Lee karate shoes, right?
Yes. Oh my God, I haven't thought of this forever. So we used to like.
Oh my
we
God.
used to do, and sorry, we'll get back to this.
Brian, I tried to bring it back to Star Trek.
We used to like make
Ventriloquist
a.
stock. Who knew?
We after the novelty wore off, we would hang him in a noose. Okay.
Oh gosh.
And so it would look really creepy, like in the window and stuff. And it was a lot of bad things happened to Charlie.
Yeah.
But, he was also a great like crash test dummy. You could like drop him over the railing and
He
stuff like
took
that.
a lot of abuse. That
Took a
guy.
lot of abuse.
He had a top hat too.
That hat didn't hold up well at all.
No,
it
hat
was
never
felt.
held up well.
It's basically felt. So
All right, that
I'm
was
sorry.
Charlie McCarthy talk.
unexpected
McCarthy
moment
talk.
of nostalgia for 70s toys.
So this time he brought a William Shatner doll, or a Captain. I should say a Captain Kirk doll because he was dressed in the yellow TOS uniform, and he looked kind of like Captain Kirk.
In a creepy ventriloquist doll.
Yeah, in a creepy kind of way. Maybe more like Star Trek 2009's Captain Kirk, maybe a bit more. But so we all thought, well, he's going to give this to William Shatner. He's going to give this ventriloquist dummy to William Shatner. And so I was following him around through all of his tours to see, because I wanted to be there when he gave it to William Shatner. And apparently he was kind of upset that Robin did not keep the mannequin last time.
Oh
Because
boy!
he found out,
So
he
it
found
was
out
still
that it was
there.
roaming around the set scaring people.
I'm looking at the picture. It so doesn't look like Kirk. It looks like somebody just put the costume on some other creepy.
Yeah, it does. Yeah.
It looks like
the company that
Liberace or
makes the
something.
custom mannequins for him might be cheating using stuff they already have and putting uniforms. I don't know. Yeah, but so when he went on the tour, he didn't bring the dummy with him, which I thought was odd. I don't know. Maybe couldn't buy 2 tickets. Maybe that was it. I don't know. But he was in the autograph line with the mannequin. So
you sent us video of it.
Yes. I got in line with him with the mannequin, and then he gets to the table, and I start videoing, and he's got 9 things for Shatner to sign.
Oh, really?
And
Is that including the mannequin?
including the
dummy?
ventriloquist dummy? Yes. And his agent, who was taking the money, but what's your name? They write on the tag, so they stick it on the
Not
thing.
the non-ventriloquist agent. We're talking Shatner's agent, right?
Shatner's agent
Okay.
doesn't skip a beat. Doesn't like whatever. Puts a tag on it. So he finally gets up there, and Shatner's signing the picture. This thing hits, and he's like, just for a moment, you could tell like Todd said, this is the time William Shatner had seen everything.
You got it. You captured the moment. William Shatner had officially seen everything.
He signed it right across the jersey, which of course devaluates the tunic. When you autograph a tunic, you should never do that.
When you autograph a child-sized tunic.
Yeah.
I think that tunic was safe. I think an actual screen-used one, no, don't ever get it signed.
Oh, God.
Where's that guy from?
I don't know. They say his name is Billy. I don't have his last name.
And was he on a weekend release?
Apparently he's been to the set a number of times before he was bringing ventriloquist dummies. But he was definitely a highlight of the
question
weekend.
someone's interest, okay?
No,
Exactly.
We can't.
So get more power to Billy. If this is what floats his boat and makes him happy, so be it.
Oh, I should take a picture of. I should bring a Billy ventriloquist dummy next time.
That's what you need.
See what he
to
thinks
do.
of that. Yeah.
That would blow his mind.
Yeah.
Right after you make your Todd ventriloquist dummy. Instead of Secret Santa, we should pick each other's names, but you have to make a dummy of the other person.
Let's see. That was pretty much the.
So I have a question
highlight
for you.
of the,
When you go to one of these William Shatner dinners with 150 people.
Mm-hmm.
Do you get to spend any time with him? Does he go table to table, or is it basically you're just in a room with him and you're eating?
You're in the room with him, and he's at the head table. He does do a special talk for the people that are there, and he always does an auction. And this year, the auction was for the shuttle project, for building the building for the shuttle. And he'll sign a big picture and auction that off. We auctioned off a couple items. One I'll bring up later in the show. But we made $9,000 that day, which was a great start
awesome.
to building the building. People were very generous, and Shatner's always ginning them up. It's like, come on, this is worth more than $900. I want to hear $1,000. Where's $1,100? Nice. And the guy goes, okay, you just bought that for $1,200. You bid $1,100. I'll do another one right now if you'll pay $1,100.
Oh, really?
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
really
So
fun.
he's a good.
No one's going to question him. Good for him.
Yeah, who's going to question William Shatner?
And normally
right?
he does it. He has a foundation for horses and stuff, right?
That's right. Normally this stuff goes to his foundation, but this one time we did it for the shuttle.
For the building the shuttle hangar. Which
Right.
is
And we
awesome.
got a number of people to do videos saying, please help donate to bring the shuttlecraft to land in Ticonderoga. And we've got some pretty amazing people on board. The Akutas are on board, and Darren Document is on board, and Doug Drexler. That's the name.
Oh, nice.
Doug
nice.
Drexler. We
Love
just had a
Doug
Zoom with
Drexler.
him. He's on board too. So it's going to be quite the event when we finally bring this thing down in September.
That's awesome. Yeah, well, I can't.
Brian, what's
we've
the
been
projected total cost for the project?
The building is $150,000.
So that's
We're doing a stretch goal of another $50,000 for the walkway. I don't know if you guys remember, when you walk past the transporter room into the hallway, you turn left to go to sick bay.
Yep.
If you look for the farther left, there's a doorway there, and there's a red door there, and that door is going to open up and go to a hallway, which is going to be dressed with the stretch goal of another $50,000. It's going to be the observation deck. Oh. So the deck where you would it's showed in a couple of episodes, Conscious of the Kings.
The Gideon episode.
In the Gideon episode, yeah,
Yep.
where you look through windows down onto the shuttle bay.
Conscious of the King.
Conscious of the King. You look
Conscious-
down onto the shuttle bay, and then you turn another corner, and you'll be on the set with the shuttle.
Well, are they going to have it actually looking at the shuttle or no?
We're looking at
okay.
video screens. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, nice. Oh,
Because
that's
they're all
cool.
the same level, so we'll have to do a little cheat there. But
Yeah.
it'll be-
When they
That's
made
cool stuff.
Conscience of the King, they did not even know what the shuttlecrafts looked like when they were
Right.
Yeah.
And so we're talking to Doug Drexler about these video screens, looking down on. We have to do an animation of what the shuttle bay is going to look like. He goes, "Oh, I got that. I've already modeled it in 3D. We can
Nice.
do the whole,
Nice.
It's not a problem. I've got that whole thing." It's like, okay,
That's great.
It's great working with professionals like that. It's like, oh yeah, we can do that.
Yeah.
I got that.
That's cool. That's exciting. I mean, we've been hearing about this for a long time because obviously Brian knows about it. But this is a big get because like I said, we saw the 2018. I think was when we went to Mission Star Trek,
Yeah, I think so.
Mission New York. I called it, and we saw it on the Intrepid. So and it's been bouncing around, and it's definitely finding its rightful place.
Yeah, and it is. I mean,
yeah.
how many pieces of props are still around that are that big of the original show? I mean,
Yeah.
is it?
Yeah.
Well, it's
That's cool.
amazing that as much of it survived as it did, considering.
Oh, yeah,
history of it.
There's another guy online. I think I don't want to say that. I think it's called Trek Core, who's making a documentary on the life of the shuttle from the show
That's
through the being stored in the RV parking lot, and then in the backyard in Ohio, front yard in Ohio, and then onto the guys who finally got it and restored it.
Yeah, they restored. Actually, they restored it in the town, like one over from where I grew up. Actually, the town we used to go to the beach a lot is where it's a boat place. They used to they restored it there in I think it was Monmouth Beach, New Jersey, which is cool. I mean, you could poke around. There's lots of video and pictures of them working on it and stuff.
And of course, it was designed by AMT, the model company, in exchange for the rights to sell the model kit. So that's part of the interesting part of the story too. So it's got a very interesting story and it's had a very interesting life.
Well, and that model kit, like the landing party kit, was extremely undersized.
Yeah.
Yeah, so the first one, yes.
The model that you showed earlier is the newly tooled. Within the last few years, they retooled that kit, and now it's accurate to the actual.
I made
piece.
that model kit. I bet it was about this big.
And
That's
it
my
was
real
and a
small.
square
Like
box.
9
the
inches.
little,
Yeah.
the little
Yeah.
loops over the top weren't there,
Yeah.
and yeah,
No.
it was
That new model kit is really good, and so the one that you have there was the first version they released. They've released it again now with the full interior, which I have that kit here. I haven't built it yet, but
Yeah.
it'll
that's
be cool to see it in, because the set tour itself is such an amazing thing, even without the shuttle. But to add this piece to it is just icing on the cake.
Yeah. That's exciting. I'm excited to see that there.
Me too.
So there'll be, like we said, we'll Brian will be on, I'm sure, multiple times before then. But once we get close to the Kickstarter and all the stuff and all the goals and all the incentives and all that, we'll certainly.
And we just
talk
finished
about
working with Michael Kuda, the guy who does the mission patches for NASA.
Yeah.
He's designed us a mission patch. We just
that's
finalized
awesome.
that.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's going to be great.
That's it. All these people jumping in. That Star Trek is so loved by so many people.
Oh,
that
yeah.
People come out of their woodwork to come work on this and help.
Yeah.
Help us. Yeah.
For sure. That's cool. That's exciting.
Brian, has James ever thought about doing a shuttle interior? I mean, not in the shuttle. I'm saying as part of the set, as part of the tour.
Yeah. I will say yes and leave it there.
Okay. 'Cause that would be interesting.
Do we want to go what's in the box, and then we'll do the other thing at the very end? All right, let's go. What's in the box? Todd, what's in the box?
Okay. So one of my things that I really enjoy are Marvel Legends figures, because as they go on and on with this line that's been going on for like 20 years now, they finally worked their way around to making pretty much every figure. So they just released a Daredevil that I never thought we would get, and this is from The Man Without Fear. This is a Frank Miller miniseries, and this is the first in canonically, this is the first Daredevil costume. This is what they did. They approximated in the first season of the Daredevil series, and he's basically wearing sweats with a with kind of a headband tied backwards over his eyes. And
Those sneakers? He's wearing
white
sneakers.
Yes, this is basically like gym wear. Okay.
Yeah.
And he
It
goes out.
looks like Run DMC with a bandana on their
with
heads.
a Billy Club and just tracks down his father's killers. And it was a really good story, and I actually have the first issue signed by Frank Miller, and so that was really, really cool. They just at long last came out with the Born Again figure.
Oh, nice. That's actually
I
nice.
mentioned to you guys, I was so enthusiastic about this figure. I pre-ordered it 3 different times.
It's not coming. It's not coming. I have to pre-order it again.
Over the course of the year it was coming, I managed to pre-order this 3 times, and they all shipped. Also in the same line was the best John Barenthal Punisher figure yet, and he's really, really good. Great likeness, and he now comes with a fighting axe, which is very, very cool, yeah, just very, very good. So I was happy to get those. I only ordered him twice, but you need the. As I told you guys in the thread, I said you need a copy. You need a copy for the fireproof vault, and you need a copy in case there's another fire in the fireproof vault. Anyone
When
remember
you
what that's from?
collect anything long enough, you will eventually forget you ordered something and buy it twice. It's
But
happened
anyone
to
remember
all
where
of us.
that line is from? This is an oldie. You got to go way
No.
back.
Is that from
No.
40-Year-Old Virgin? No.
No, that was from Hogan's Heroes. We need 3 copies. Find a copy. A copy for the vault, a copy for the office, a copy for the fireproof vault, and a copy in case there's another fire in the fireproof vault.
Nice.
Yeah. Anyways, but
That's funny.
Brian, what do you got?
Brian's
Brian's
going last.
Oh,
Barry,
that's right.
when do you go?
All right. It had to be at least a year ago. We had Daryl on, and he did something that he had, which was a D23 exclusive. and I was sad that I never got one, and then they re-released it. So I'm going to show you the Star Speeder 1000.
Oh,
playset.
nice.
The one Daryl got was
Wow.
the Star Speeder 3000, which was the white and blue version.
Yeah.
But they just released this on Disney,
I
shopdisney.com.
hope it's okay to say, but Daryl has more than one of those.
Well, that's fine.
He's got
But
a couple
Daryl was
of-
never going to give me one of them.
he's
so-
got a couple of versions of that. So
This thing is, and Daryl told us at the time, he's like, it's the greatest Star Wars playset ever made. And now that I've gotten to play with one, he's dead right. I mean, this thing is unbelievable. What it does, it basically, for anybody who doesn't remember or didn't hear that show, this is the ride vehicle from Star Tours. And inside, it's got lights and sounds. You power it up, and the headlights light up, the taillights light up, the guns light up. There's buttons on it to fire the guns. But inside, there's an LED screen, and it does the ride, the full
wow.
Star Tours ride.
Wow.
And not just one version. It does all the variations, which I
Oh,
didn't
wow.
realize. I've shown it to enough people now that I've seen like 6 different variations. They're all in there.
Barry, you're costing me money now.
It's amazing. This thing,
Oh.
the way it lights up, the flashing lights on the inside of it are synchronized to the audio from the show. It came with 2 action figures, so you can put R2-D2 on top.
okay, was one of them you?
No, God, I wish there was a me I could put myself in there.
Yep.
And it's got.
I have
seats
a
with
ventriloquist dummy of you could put in there.
Yeah, well, maybe he could sit on top of it. I need to eventually fill it up with figures, and I'm thinking about it. I'm like, they don't need to be Star Wars figures because it could be just like G.I. Joes or anything because it's meant
Yeah.
to be passengers on the ride. But there's a button on the back of it you push, and the doors open, and it makes the sound that when you go to Star Tours, and there's that ding.
Wow.
Oh, that's funny.
It's ridiculous. This thing is so cool. So this
So
is
wait,
a variation.
They released one type previously, or
The one that came out previously was D23 toy convention exclusive, and it was a white version, white and blue version. This
The
is
first version from original Star Tours.
Yeah,
This
the
is
original Star
re-release
Tours.
Star Tours.
This is the
yeah.
re-release Star Tours, and this does all the rides that are in the current version.
oh, that's
So
cool.
the D23 one might have been just the original Star Tours.
Yeah.
This is the updated one. The main difference is the D23 one came with a display stand that you could display it like it was in flight. That this one doesn't come with that. But it's an insanely cool and
Does
very
it have-
large toy.
Does it have C-3PO as the pilot inside?
Yes.
Ugh.
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool. Where the hell do you put that thing? It looks giant.
That's the biggest question. I haven't quite figured that out yet, but it's pretty damn cool. So,
Nice.
Dave, what do you
I'll
got?
go. All right. Mine is a simple item, but it's something that we've been talking about. It is the 4K of Outland.
Oh, nice.
I need to order that.
You'll hear about it in the next episode, but friend of the show highly recommended this, and I haven't seen it. I don't think I've seen it. I've seen it since its first run on HBO. I didn't see it in the theaters in
Yeah,
1980.
same here. I've only seen it back on HBO.
Oh,
way,
I saw it
way-
in the theaters the one time, and I think that was it.
Yeah, and I don't remember seeing it, but it's Peter Hyams. We talk a lot about him on the next episode. Who's done? I know, Brian, you love 2010. I love 2010 also. Capricorn 1, which I think is fantastic. He's done a lot of good stuff. Really, he's like one of these directors. So we'll
Fair
see.
to
I'm
say
excited
that we
to.
will all be watching that and talking about it at some point in the future.
Yeah, we probably will. The funny thing about this is, so it just came out a couple weeks ago, and we, like I said, you'll hear more, but we got the heads up from a friend. So I've had this problem with 4Ks. So, we talked about it a couple times. They release 4Ks. They don't make enough of them. Everyone's like, physical media is dead, but they all sell out. So I ordered this on like November 22nd. And then it was supposed to come the next day. Didn't come. Then it's delayed. Then it didn't come. Then I'm like, screw it. I'm ordering it again. I've had that with Amazon where it's like delayed and then you order it. So I ordered it and then it came. The second order came 2 days later. And this is it. The other one, I tried to cancel twice. They would not let me cancel. It's coming Thursday. It's Tuesday right now.
Dave, just sit on
Like,
it. I'll buy it from you when.
I'll send it to you. Yeah, that's fine. I was going to send it back.
No,
but
I'll get it from you at Christmas.
yeah,
You won't want it before then.
like, how could one get here? The other one is delayed, and it literally takes more than 2 weeks. I just don't get it. I really just don't understand.
I've got it on my Christmas wish list, so if my wife doesn't end up getting it for me, I'll buy it after the fact. But
I feel like it's hard
buy
to
it. I
get
did
these
Barry.
things.
You're out. You missed your shot. Okay, I got in ahead of you.
no, I don't mean from him. I mean,
I mean, I'll
buy it for
Dave's
myself.
other copy.
I
Okay.
wasn't offering to buy his. I'm just
Well, Barry, how much
Oh, now
how much are you looking to pay for it?
he's already alluded to how rare and unattainable these things are.
It's unattainable.
Now,
So Todd, if you're willing to pay,
I would like to point out something different
I knew
here.
you were opening the door for a bidding war right there.
Rather than go there, I'd like to point out the fact that you guys accuse me all the time of buying things in this holiday window. I purposely didn't buy it because I thought I might get it as a gift.
Oh, okay.
I didn't think about that.
Dave just did a Barry.
Well, but Dave
I ordered
didn't
it.
put it on his
It was
list.
fully in November.
Oh,
It's just a good thing that I didn't decide to buy them for you guys as Christmas
I know
gifts.
Barry and I
did
were
not,
both
but if I
buying that
had-
for you, Dave.
Well, if I had bought them for you, they're not here anyway. So, but Barry, if you're willing to pay $1,200 for this, Todd, I have a second one for you for $1,100.
Is it like the Bill Shatner thing? Like, wait a
Totally.
minute.
exactly.
And now, Barry, we're getting Shatnered.
I think we
Yeah.
are.
I almost bought a welder last night because I watched somebody's favorite things, and they're like, "There's this welder on Amazon." I'm like, I've never welded, but I stopped myself. I had restraint from buying a welder because even though it was a very good price. But anyway, Brian, what's in the box?
Okay, so I have two things from this guy in New York who makes stands. I don't know if I put this on the show before. Did I show this on the show before?
No, I don't think you showed
Showed
us
it to
that.
us in Rhode Island.
Okay, yeah, it's the pistol from. Well, this is supposedly from Buck Rogers. No,
No,
Yeah, from Buck-
you were
Buck Rogers'
told it
TV
may
show.
have been from Galactica.
but I've seen a picture of Starbuck holding it in Battlestar Galactica.
I confirmed with one of my best clients who collects everything Buck and everything Galactica plus a million other things. I sent him the picture. He says it's a holster. It's a Buck Rogers holster gun.
Buck Rogers holster gun. Okay, and
Yeah.
and they borrowed on Battlestar Galactica.
Yeah, maybe.
'cause-
But he said,
Yeah.
yeah, it's a nice.
Okay,
It's in
made
really
out
good
of
shape,
a
obviously,
really
too.
good foam. Usually they
Yeah.
fall apart, but this is a really good stiff foam. And
I think that's why I think it's more. It's a stiffer foam to just be in the holster all the time, as opposed to for like fight scenes and stuff.
oh, okay.
But it's really nice. So yeah,
And I got
you'll
I
send
got
a picture, or I have a picture of that.
I got a stand made by
made a
Dave's
stand.
workshop.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
It was very nice, and that goes on display now. And the other thing I got from Dave's workshop was one of these, and this is one of the giveaway items. One of the
Not a
incentive
giveaway.
items. Not
Incentive.
giving away one of the incentive items we're going to have on our Kickstarter, and it's a actual piece of the shuttlecraft. There's a sample in there now, but Dave made a very nice case for it with a plaque, and we have a few pieces of the shuttlecraft that came off when it was being restored that we can put in these little packages and give to people as an incentive to sponsor the landing bay.
Yeah.
So one of
did
the
Shatner write
tiers.
sample on it, or is that or did
That's
you-
my writing.
I feel like that kind of like devalues it. I'm sorry. Oh,
Yeah,
that's
yeah,
not.
yeah. That
You're saying that's
devalues
not
the
the.
Well, that's
actual-
because that's just
Okay.
a piece of wood that I had. That's why it says sample.
Yeah.
But Brian, you're saying that one of the tiers in the Kickstarter, if at a certain level of buying in on the Kickstarter, you'll be able
You'll
to
get that one of these.
You'll be able to get a piece of the shuttle. We'll
amazing.
see how many they're going to be, but theoretically, it'll be in that exact case. We're working out the
Yeah.
details, but we'll be making
That's
those
going to be
cases.
super limited, so people are not going to want to wait on that.
Yeah, I
Yep.
mean, how many pieces of the space shuttle, not the space shuttle, of the Star Trek shuttle? There's not going to be a lot.
No,
So,
not going to be a lot.
It'll be highly
There's not a lot
coveted.
left over. No.
That's awesome.
That'd be awesome. Yeah, I'm looking forward to working on that. Cool. So that's what's in the box.
And Dave,
while
while we're talking about From Dave's Workshop, What do you got going on over there?
I got going on. So, my aforementioned client who was big into everything Galactica and everything. I'm doing a bunch of plaques for him. I'm just ready to ship them. He's got stuff from everything. I mean, I don't know that he listens to the show, but I don't think he minds. I just made stuff from Marcus Welby for him. He's got so many different things.
That's
he
a
goes
deep
way
pull,
back.
man.
Also, a movie called Hellfighters from 1960 something.
Wow.
He's got all
Oh,
kinds.
that's the John Wayne oil well fire.
Yes.
Yeah, that and
He's Red Adair. Yep.
yeah, and
that's
he's
right.
he's got stuff from Spartacus. Anyway, so I just made him another. I have literally made him well over 50 plaques for his collection that is voluminous. So I just finished that. I'm actually just doing something. Just firmed up a deal with a guy. I'm making a display case for. This guy collects Don Post masks, which I sort of knew on the periphery, but that's a big collecting segment.
Oh, yeah.
He's got a Nosferatu mask. They made this limited, high-end, very high-end limited edition in 1978 or 9 of Nosferatu masks that came with a case. He does not have the case, so I'm making him a display for that. But that's interesting. So this guy actually, and once I talk to him more, I'll see if I can talk. He actually restores masks. That these Don Post things. Don Post stuff has been around since the '60s or earlier.
Oh yeah, when I was a monster kid back in 1975 or '6. The Don Post mask was there was a Halloween shop and they were unreachable at $80 a piece.
Yeah.
And they're all made out of some kind of latex. So,
Yeah, I mean, I
don't
think
know
there
how long
were
they're gonna
tiers
last.
of, there were $10 ones back then, and there were expensive ones back then.
premier
But this
ones,
guy
yeah.
collects a lot of the cool stuff and restores it. So that's going to be a fun project. So that's one of the things I'm working on next. Plus, Barry, I didn't forget you. I'm going to work on your Ramones thing.
Cool.
As soon as the paying customers stop. No, I'm kidding.
I'm not in a rush, just as long as I know I'm in the queue. That's
You'll
all that
be
matters.
I will have it for you when I see you next.
Nice.
But yeah, some other stuff too. But that's the stuff I can talk about. So if you need a display or plaque for any of your props or masks or what have you, check us out at FromDave'sWorkshop.com. You can email me FromDave'sWorkshop@gmail.com, and let's do some stuff. Tell me the regular Joe sent you. That helps. Okay. This is episode 599. And I know we don't often talk about episode numbers, but we're getting to milestones here. So
We're
next
rounding a corner
episode-
to a pretty big milestone. At 600 episodes is
600 's a lot.
Any podcast.
13 and a half years, I guess, right?
Yep. Let
Probably.
alone, yeah, yeah. 600.
lot.
That's a big number. I mean, I listen to a lot of podcasts, and they don't all get anywhere close to that. So.
Exactly. Smartless doesn't have this many. So what that they make $100 million a year? They don't have as many episodes as us.
It's not about the money. We do it for the fans.
Yeah,
for
we do it.
ourselves.
We actually do it for ourselves. But if you guys want to listen, we're happy to have you listen.
Yeah.
So next week we have a very special episode. We are video now, as you know. Subscribe on YouTube, but this one's going to be audio only just because of the logistics. Friend of the show, Titus Welliver, will be back not only as a guest, but he is a host with us. It's Dave and Todd and Barry and Titus. He's hosting the show with us. And here's a guy who's like the real deal, not only as a incredibly accomplished actor, but he is a super collector and goes deep on everything we're into.
Yeah. Everything.
I mean, this guy spent 3 hours with us. I mean, it's amazing. He is just one of us. He is one of the regular Joes.
He is, and he's so into all the same stuff we're into. He's a kindred spirit for sure, and just a great dude. And it's just fun. I mean, it really devolved from a show into four guys just hanging out talking, which was the most fun. I mean, it was
and that's
so
what
much
this
fun.
show has always been
And
designed to
kinda
be.
flew
It's
by,
friends
too.
talking.
It was
Yeah, I couldn't believe when I looked at the clock and I'm like, oh my God, have we been talking for like 2.5 hours?
And we're texting each other. Todd texted me, he's like, should we ask him about time? And I'm like, I guess. I mean, and I said, I'm like, Titus, so we don't want to keep you. No, this is awesome. We're chatting. I'm still editing the show. It won't be 3 hours. I mean, we did some off recording.
Yeah, we had a few minutes before we started
him.
recording and a few minutes after, but it's probably a solid 2.5 hour.
It's easily
podcast.
2.5 hours.
And a good time. I mean, we cover a lot of ground.
All collecting. I mean, as much as we love Bosch, and he's been in Affleck movies in The Town, and he's got this great new Westies show coming up, and he's 95% of what we talk about is collecting, which is awesome.
Yeah.
So
The first interview we did with him a few months back, we kind of covered a whole lot of ground, and this is a little more collector focused, and we get down into his collecting roots, and like all of us, why do we collect, and just what do we collect, and how we feel about it, and it's just awesome.
It's really fun.
He is one of them.
He's totally. And last time we interviewed him in August for 15 minutes, that turned out to be an hour and a half, and then he is one of the regular Joes for sure. So we're excited. So make sure you tune in next week, episode 600 with Titus Welliver. Awesome. Cool.
I do want to just add, you said at the top of the show, and you mentioned again that we're on video and that we're on YouTube. We are actually also on video on Spotify now. So I don't even know if you guys knew that, but
I don't even know what Spotify is.
The video on Spotify as well. So if that's where you prefer to get your podcasts, our videos are uploaded there.
Are you uploading it there, or does
I
YouTube
am
do
uploading them there. Yes.
These files are big too.
It's all right. It's actually very easy, and I didn't even know about it. My son Joshua was like, "Well, you're doing video on Spotify too." I'm like, "I didn't know you could," and I looked into it, and sure enough, you can.
Great.
So we are.
That is great.
Yeah, but definitely please subscribe. We have very few subscribers because we've sort of had this channel there for no reason whatsoever other than we had to upload blank videos with the audio. But now there is all the cool stuff behind us, all the stuff we talk about. I throw pictures in when we're talking about them. It takes 10 times longer to edit these than it did audio, but it's fun.
The theory was Barry and Dave retired, so they should have plenty of time.
That's right.
It doesn't seem to work that way.
Yeah, but it's fun. So we're having fun with it. And, most podcasts these days seem to be video, so why not?
Yeah, for sure. I think we have a lot
Except
to show,
for next
too.
week.
Except for next week, unfortunately. I mean, the logistics with Titus, we just couldn't do video, but yeah.
But it's worth a listen, so please check it out. And
please
let us
check
know
it
what you
out,
think.
yeah. We appreciate that. And thanks for listening.
Thanks for listening.
And watching. Sorry.
And watching.
Thanks for listening and watching.
Thanks for listening and watching.